What's going on, y'all? It's your boy, Hilarious Omar. It's time to cook something. Y'all already know what time it is. Thank y'all for tuning into my Tuesday show. Shout out to Be Exposed Radio for having us. This Tuesday, 5 p.m., we have a special guest comedian in his house, straight out of D.C., by way of Maryland.
We got way of D.C.
All right.
Okay.
He live in Maryland right now. He live out Clinton.
I live in D.C. right now. Like Don't worry about where I'm living at. Where you living? Where you from? Where you from? Ohio?
We gonna get
Baltimore?
Stop it.
Oh,
Stop it.
He be false flagging.
Hey, listen. I would like to. Hey, listen. I would like to.
Give me mine first before you jump.
I got you.
I know what this is.
Because that wasn't a joke. That wasn't even a joke. Can I introduce you with respect?
Go ahead. Okay, please.
First and foremost, y'all, we gotta
with respect. Go ahead. Ain't number. I lived in Maryland, but yeah, not right now.
And that's what all I was trying to say, man.
No.
At the end of the
Keep
day,
listening to everybody's stories.
We got a special guest comedian in the house. He is a DMV legend.
What's up,
me, soon to be yours, y'all. Start making some noise at home, wherever you at. To my main man, my OG comedian, Eddie Bryant.
Hey, what up, y'all? Thanks for having me on this show.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy to be here.
Eddie, and I'm glad, like I said before, y'all getting a little bit of the aftermath of, us becoming acquainted. That's how we get down when we start seeing each other. We just stop flowing, man, because that's the chemistry we got.
Yeah.
Eddie, I just want to ask, a couple questions the people need to know, man.
Okay.
So let me start off by saying, I've known you to be a very well-respected DC comedian, a comedian that has traveled, become versed, not just in the DMV area. Man, you in Florida, you in Atlanta, you in California, you in New York, you at all the spots that a lot of comics can't even get to, don't have no name or establishment there. What got you started, in this comedy game? Like what was it that got you into it?
Heartbreak. Like everybody else, you want to go in the cooker. You don't got no therapy money or whatever. So, start hitting the open mics and whatever. I tried it in college. I went to Morgan State. Shout out to Morgan State. I tried it in college. It was goofy more so than funny. Okay. So I ain't had no real jokes, but I could jump.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then, but you get on stage with that, nigga.
That's not enough.
No, never.
That's not enough, man.
Never. But it teaches you some things.
Right.
And then got out of school and then went on to do some other stuff and then got back into doing comedy.
Okay.
About 2000, I don't know, long time ago. When we was doing, this is before social media.
Right.
So.
And we're gonna get into that. I don't want you to get into too many aspects of it, man.
Yeah, it's how you get all the whatever. I mean, Alex Scott would be like, all right, let's hop in this car and we're gonna drive, we're gonna hit 14, 15 states in 2 weeks. We out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So Alex Scott is one of the guys that you really took your hat to
Chris
as far
Thomas,
as getting you active.
Absolutely. Chris Thomas, Tony Wood. Well, not really Tony at that time, but like Chico, everybody, Danny Williams, everybody in that loop back then, Troxler. I mean, there was a lot of it was a lot of people on the board. So the board was a little bit different. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, to get active, you just get on the road and do what we gotta do. Submit to whatever little festivals you can get in, just working on your stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And right now you were mentioning you are writing, for different projects.
Yeah.
Keep it on the surface.
In the last 7 years, writing it moved from mostly stand-up to a good piece of work writing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I sell 3 jokes a day.
Wow.
You know what I mean?
I've
been doing that for
talking about a joke hustler. My man said he's slinging 3 jokes for sale a day. He got jokes for sale. He got jokes for sale.
It's not just to anybody. You know what I mean? It's all about because because you get on different projects and you do different stuff and you get visions to build stuff.
Right.
And so, you know, that's how I go with that.
For the people that's tuning in right now, you are very important. Don't go anywhere. This show is going to be dope as hell. I promise you. It's time to cook something with hilarious Omar.
Yeah.
Special guest comedian, Eddie Bryant. You know, you are the first male comedian besides myself that has been on this show.
I'm glad to be here.
So I want to.
Where the ladies at?
The ladies,
hey,
I mean, we can always get ladies.
It's a lot of funny women around. Y'all please give them their shine.
Absolutely. My first show, I had 2 of them.
Yeah, I saw. I went back and looked at the shows. It's real good. I'm proud of you. You know what I mean? I'm really proud of your progression because you got all the tenacity, all the hard work, all that stuff is paying off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So very proud of you. You know what I mean? So
thank you.
Just keep it going.
Keep it G, man. Yeah. You know, I got to ask you, man, since you know, with you doing what you do and the status that you at, man, how do you feel about the because there's different dynamics and different jobs out there. How do you feel about the whole thing between Nick Cannon and Wildin' Out and Viacom, that whole ordeal?
Woo! All right. You ready, my man? Okay.
Dig deep, baby.
So, all right, here we go. Nick Cannon had a vision to create a show. The network had the access and needed the show. Nick did what he could do to get the art of the deal to get the show done. He broke a lot of artists. He put a lot of people on. It's viral all over the internet. It's very successful with good partners. Right. And business is all about good partners. But when your partner not being forthright for you, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The business relationship, you got to sever. You see what I'm saying? So when, you know, he said what he said, and it, you know, I think it was taken a bit out of context more so than, because he wasn't coming from a hateful place. Right. You know what I'm saying?
He was coming from an informative
yeah,
place.
He's being, you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't a malice thing. So for them to go the way they did and just try to snatch their show, same thing with Dave Chappelle or whatever, what we as comedians have to understand, what we are learning from this is, you know, when it comes to our content, ownership is key.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right. Owning your own, whatever it is that you got going on. If you don't own it, like the rights to it, the name, hey, it's up for grabs.
You see this? This is the first project that I put out. This is my first album.
Okay.
Right? This is the album cover.
And I heard it's doing really well.
It's doing really good. You know what I mean? And I own it.
Where did you shoot your album at?
DC City Winery.
City Winery, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Was this a 2020 project? 2019?
I put it out 2020.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I just put it out. You know what I mean?
Now, when shooting a project, you know, and I don't want to go too far off topic because, you know, I like to chime in the whole Buchanan thing too. When you're shooting a project though, what are some of the key components you have to have besides your material being right and strong?
Production.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just paying everybody. When I throw shows or whatever,
you make sure you got money in hand.
Yeah, because I don't know how it's going to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you get to the show, I don't know how many tickets it's going to say, but if I say, I got this money for you, you got that money coming.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that's always been from everything.
And that's and he's stating that because that's not always the case.
Yeah.
Some people will book you for a show and they put your money in the pot of how many tickets is being sold. They don't sell enough tickets, and next thing you know, they scratching their head talking about, "Hey, let me holler at you."
No, people got that's why I'm like, you know, people got families. You know, we got families. This is a business. Look at this COVID thing right now. None of us working. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody like on the tour,
on real tour.
Yeah, ain't no, you know. So them times when it's out there, we need that money. If I got it on the books, we need the money. So, you know, circle back to Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Right? Ownership. You know what I mean? So that's why we have to learn from those situations and how you deal with your partners when doing business. And, you know, they got all the access.
Right.
You know what I mean? They got the TV networks that the people used to going to. So if we can get the people used to going somewhere else, then we can be doing stuff for ourselves. But we don't support until we see somebody else.
We don't support until we start seeing Whitey and them start supporting.
Yeah.
Until you start seeing people that you could have been support.
Well, I ain't gonna say we don't see support because I got a lot of support. When I'm saying we don't,
because you do have to be politically correct to the people that are viewing because people don't go beyond the surface as far as the statements that are said.
Yeah.
They pick a lot of times nowadays that we see in social media, they take pieces of what they can disagree with and they hold you accountable for that.
Yeah. So we have supporters, yes. And we have to teach them how to support us. Yes.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what we got to get into. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I want to retract my statement because at the end of the day, I said what I said because I mean what I said, but I want it to be understood the way I intended to be understood. So when we say the lack of support, that does not go against the people that have paid to see us live. That doesn't go against the people that have posted a video or whatever it might be to help in your own way. What I mean is, as a whole, there's a lot of people that could easily be another person added to our support. But a lot of times they wait for outside sources to stamp us or give us the credibility that we already earned.
Yeah.
So you talking about people like Snoop Dogg comes up and he does a video for you, be like, hey, my man Eddie Bryan, yeah, he is off the Heezy for Sheezy to get his new special. Yeah. Next thing you know, your shit surged to 3 million views within a two day span, you know? So
so the business is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So and it's good that we understand that. You know what I mean? You know better than me. You know what I mean? Because you're actively getting views and followers and building the audience. You know what I'm saying? From that perspective. Now, when we talking about putting out product and all of that stuff, man, you just gotta, it's the views and getting all the followers that's all tech, that's book work to me.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm an artist.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm an artist. So all the book work, I don't get off on all that shit. Right. I get off on a room full of people packed, and I go in that joint and get the pop, 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 and they laughing and they drinking and they having a good time and they got the best date night ever.
Right.
And
right.
You know what I mean? I got folks that met at our comedy shows and they married now. They got kids and they got, you know what I mean? Like, hey, Eddie, we got, I get all of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's about.
And that's for the culture, man.
Yeah.
And we might end up changing the title of this because people see it's time to cook something and automatically think
that we about to
start joning, or this should be a segment. I think it's time to cook something should be a segment of the show.
That works.
But as far as the whole title, now you see how open I am to my people. You know why I'm open? Because I do it for the culture. This ain't about me. I have this show because of the people at home that's tuning in, so supporting me.
Yeah.
And this is for y'all.
Yeah.
So if y'all tuning in right now, this is for you. This don't got shit to do with me. I don't even think I get paid on it. But nevertheless, we are going to be in the works as far as rebranding part of the.
Don't worry about it. You're doing good. You're putting it out there.
Yeah.
So get it done.
They know when it's time to cook.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's for another subject. So the Nick Cannon thing. This is how I feel as far as the Nick Cannon thing. I understand the business part of it. The fact that this man has to take, it's bigger than just the fact that they fired him. It's a couple things that I learned from it. Number one is the fact of comedians are at the point now, because of social media, we're not all of us, but some of us have made this craft, this respected craft, a commodity, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And when you make something a commodity, the highest bidder, when people start bidding on what you got going on, it's great because you can earn, but at the same time, there's a lot of variables that aren't solid and secure, like Nick Cannon's job.
Well, that was the art of the deal. So if you go to the network and the network says, okay, we'll produce your show, we'll name you as a producer, but in the fine print, we own this in perpetuity, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And you like, they got a check. I want the deal done. Yeah. I need to build. So boom, let me go ahead and get this check.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, I think
and feed all these people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
And that's what I was going to say. Nick Cannon being the producer of the show, and for real, that's his show. Mm-hmm. Outside of the paperwork, that's his show.
Yeah.
he's taking care of so many families' lives.
That's right.
So when he got attacked online and people were coming for his neck talking about Nick Cannon, you sold out because you went back and apologized. He only apologized because he was in a position where he was affecting so many other people's lives and livelihood.
And what I applaud about them, they stood with Nick. You know what I'm saying? When they offered
DC Young Fly, they offered him
like,
6 figures.
Yeah, he's like, no.
To continue.
Yeah. And so, you know, that's a solid individual. You know what I mean? And that's a testament to Nick and how he carried it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you know, loyalty in this business is rare, far few in between. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, you know, Nick, I mean, I applaud him for what happened, and that's cool. Because when he come back and he do something else, he gonna blow up.
Hey, listen, y'all. If y'all want to call in right now, y'all can see the banner. Y'all should be able to see the banner. If y'all want to call in and tell us what you think about the whole Nick Cannon situation, you could do so right now. The phone lines are open. You know, Nick Cannon, I believe his journey isn't over.
No.
You know, if I was him, I wouldn't even want to come back to Wildin' Out unless they gave me the rights to have it myself, or they did a deal where it's a buyout. I wouldn't put myself back in the same situation to pick up where I left off and be in the same situation where they can remove me again at any point in time.
Yeah, but okay. Oh, here's a network. Say, okay, I got 10 million a season for you.
Okay.
Or 20 million a season for you.
Okay.
Right? All right. And we're gonna roll as long as the ratings up, keep the ratings up, we're gonna keep this 20 million. Right?
Okay.
Now, you own a little bit, we own a lot. We putting up the money.
Right. They fronting. They invest, they making a big investment.
You know what I'm saying? So they got more skin in the game.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
We got a caller on the line. Caller, are you there? Thank you for joining. It's time to cook something.
Yes, indeed.
State
What's
your
up,
name and where
fellas?
you from.
This Big Cherry, man. This Big T. I had the pleasure.
Big Terry, what's up, baby?
What up,
Hey, straight out of DC right here, Anacostia on the line. I know him personally.
Oh yeah, that's good.
What's happening,
Yes,
G?
indeed. What's up, fellas? Man, I just wanted to call in, man. I had the pleasure of working with both of you gentlemen, man. And I just want to, just make a statement that 2021 is the year of the comedian, man, the year to come back. And both of you gentlemen are representing the area very, very well. And I predict greatness for you both. And let's get this thing cracking, man. Let's get to the year of the comedian, man, 2021.
Let's go, T. I appreciate that, Slim.
Hey, Big Terry, I always appreciate you, G.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. Always time to cook something. Shout out to G-Dot.
G-Dot, my man. That's my man, young. I like G-Dot, young. He crazy.
Terry, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
So you got anything you want to chime in as far as the Nick Cannon situation, as far as the Wildin' Out ordeal?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I personally like the show, and it's what happened to him. He stood to it, and was just the young fly thing that was you know,
that Obama phone, John, like other baby, it's a boy.
Metro CPS.
Stand by the window, T. Get out the refrigerator. Stand by.
Hey, what is? Hey, John, you got that mask looking like Zorro on that, John. I ain't even gonna say that.
I'm trying to stay alive, big man. That's all I'm saying, son. I'm just trying to stay alive, yeah.
Hey, you ain't even got the John over your nose. You don't get cold. You ain't even gonna get cold, but you just gonna get cold.
Please don't wish that on me, bro. You know what I mean? Golly.
Put the John over your nose, man.
It is on my nose. It's on my nose now. I took a sip of something, and then I took a sip of water. Man.
You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, young. Look, I'm in here. Wipe the whole Jones down, everything. You know what I mean? We good.
Hey, listen, man. Terry, back to the Nick Cannon situation. What's your take on Nick Cannon? Should he come back to Wildin' Out, or should he venture off and take the gang with him to do another project?
I personally think that he should venture out and get his own. You know, because one thing that he has is loyalty. as you see, none of the comics that was on there with him, none of the performers that was on there with him, you haven't seen them other than their social media platforms. You know what I'm saying? So if he take his ball and run and create his own thing, I think he'll have the same comedians with him, and he can, you know, help the careers of other comedians too. Because, you know, everybody that came on there, man, you know, they kind of, you know, it helped their brand a little bit, man. And I think Nick Cannon has that power, and I think he should be able to, you know, take the ball and run and create his own, man. I think that'll be a great thing. And he'll have a following as far as loyalty to go with him.
Will we support him?
Will I support Nick? Man, listen. Any black man that's doing some, you know, some positive things, because I come from the living color era, man. You know what I mean? Keenen Ivory Wayans, man, he put so many comedians on, man.
Did you get my album? Did you get my
that's
album?
our era, man. You know what I'm saying? And Nick Cannon, he's giving people that platform, man, to show their talent and show their gifts, and to be able to venture out and do some things, man, similar to what Keenen Ivory Wayans did, man. You look at Jim Carrey, you look at Tommy Davidson, you look at David Loudon Greer, all the people, man, that started on that platform, man.
Hold up. T, did you get my album?
Of course.
My man. Thank you.
Man, you know, we talked early in COVID. We talked
yeah,
on the
that's
phone,
right.
personally.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
T got
you know
the album.
I support all my folks, man. I work with both of you guys, man. I love what you guys do, man. Of course I'm gonna support, man. Like I said, 2021 is the year. This is y'all year. This
so we gonna off, man. It's our year. It's our year. Cause you was doing skits and stuff too.
Yeah. Hey, Big T, what I tell you before when we worked together? I said, man, you got something special when it comes to the content and everything. Now, here's the part that I can do. I can put you and work with me, and we can do this thing. Like my whole thing is, Terry is a talented dude. If y'all don't know who Big Terry is, Big Terry is a guy that I took on with me, and we started doing a variety of different comedy sketches online. He's a big dude. He looked like he could be somebody's security. Big Terry has a big line of history in football. Used to play for West Virginia University and all types of stuff. But when he gets into acting and character, he takes it very serious, and he brings the character to life. Terry, I still want to work with you. But in this, you know, especially in this pandemic, we can't, you know, I know it ain't about the money with you, but it's like, I like to provide certain things for the people that's working with me. Just like you giving me your time and I'm giving you your exposure. Yes, that is an even exchange, but I like to go above and beyond for the people that work with me. You feel what I'm saying? But
it take time. It take a right, you know, business model, whatever. You know what I mean?
I'm at the point now. I'm starting to think about selling drugs. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You're not?
I don't know.
Everybody's selling drugs.
I don't know.
You ain't selling drugs. You in Baltimore, you ain't selling drugs. You crazy? Shit.
Hey,
school teachers selling drugs.
Hey, everything dried up out here, man.
But yeah, Big T, man, thank you for calling in, man. I think we have another caller on the line.
Okay. All right, fellas. Love you guys, man. Peace.
Hey, love you too, man. Hey, stay blessed, man, and thank you for joining this time to cook something. So with that whole Nick Cannon debacle, if you tuning in right now and you feel as though, you know, Nick Cannon should pack his stuff up, I mean, they already made him back up.
He got another job.
Doing something else.
He got another job. The Masked Singer and all that. He got another job. He keep a check.
But I'm talking about as far as him wanting to help the people that was on that cast.
They already been helped. You know what I mean? They all good. You know what I mean?
They got severance pay?
Yeah, I'm sure they got some sort of something. Maybe not. But even if they didn't, they not.
You think they get paid royalties for reruns?
No, I don't know. I don't know what their contract is. It's all in the contract.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Certain Aspire, I don't get no royalties for Aspire. You know what I mean?
I seen Aspire that's on cable, right?
They got a couple of Jones on, yeah. But I'm saying, Martin Lawrence First Amendment, I still get money from that. You know what I mean? So it all depends on what the offer is.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, but I mean, we just got to think about, as comedians, you got to think about ownership of your content.
Right.
Period.
And as far as you know, the ownership part, we're talking about, you know, having a deal with YouTube. You know, if you put anything on YouTube, you own the rights to that. You know what I mean?
Oh, I thought YouTube owned the rights.
No, they do jointly. So that if YouTube liked the video, they could, if they wanted to, which YouTube doesn't, but if they wanted to, they could put it a part of a compilation of a YouTube, which they don't do. But you share ownership.
You share ownership.
They don't take anything from you, but you share ownership when you publish it on their site.
They take whatever ownership of your content versus you paying to use their platform.
Right. Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You're right about that.
So it's either or. It's like, oh, I can do it for free, but
right,
I need half your shit.
Now, Eddie, I gotta ask you, man. So as far as where you started out, what was your first comedy club? Because I know for the people that's tuning in from home, one of the most important.
Did you hear me?
Hello?
Oh, we got a caller.
Oh, we got a caller?
Yes, I've been sitting here listening to y'all for the longest.
I'm sorry,
that's
sweetheart.
Right. That's right. Speak up, sweetie.
He only saying that shit because it's not his show.
That's right. I am the guest.
That's the only reason why he's saying that right now.
I am the guest.
I'm sorry. First and foremost, thank you for calling in. State your name and where you're from, sweetheart.
Kaisha.
Kaisha, what's up, baby? How you
feeling? What's up?
What's up, Kaisha?
And Kaisha, what would you like to share with us today? You want to add to the conversation?
Okay. As far as the Nick Cannon situation, I think that it speaks for itself. You know what I'm saying? It's like when Black entertainers, you know what I'm saying, come into the industry, all of a sudden it seems like when they speak their mind, it's real quick that they get silenced all of a sudden by the people who they so-called was put on, you know what I'm saying, like NBC or whoever he was with, MTV or whoever. All of a sudden you want to silence the brother because he has something to say. Right. And I feel like he got every right to say he wanted to say, you don't have to take away his show. And then he had to apologize. And then he had to say, oh, well, I need to learn more things. Okay, right. That's good. But at the same time, how come he couldn't just keep his show? I don't get that. Like Dave Chappelle was like, fuck all that. I ain't fucking with y'all, and everybody boycott my show because not only are they playing my shit, but y'all not paying me. What's up with that?
Now, so that's one of the points that I didn't get to. It might be the wine, I don't know, but one of the things that I know for a fact is the fact that you cannot say what you want out of your mouth, being an entertainer, but especially being a Black entertainer.
Exactly, and that's bullshit.
The Black community picks, but here's the problem, though. The reason why so many Black entertainers play the game is because the Black community picks and chooses when they support an artist. So if an artist jumps out there and takes a risk or takes a gamble, the Black community as a whole, not saying you, Kaisha, I ain't coming at you. I want to make that clear.
I know.
But as a whole, the Black community likes to, and as you can see from the time we had this summer with George Floyd to now, we get riled up in the moment.
Yep.
And then after that, once that moment is done, that whole mission or whatever it was that we were supposed to be pushing for, we start to unravel as a community.
Yeah.
And we take our attention from that to something else. Yeah. And that person that risked what they were trying to do for the sake of, it could have been the sake of their career. It could have been the sake of other people's career. But in that motion, in that time that they took, once the Black people community leave and they go focus on something else, that person is left dead
in the water.
What
about that sister from ESPN? She was always she always stand up for us, right?
Yep. And when she got fired, where were Black people at?
Right. You see what I'm saying? So we have to have.
I think her name is Jamila Hill or Jamil Hill.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I learned this, and I'm a prime example. There was, I've been very insightful to the Black community for a long time on social media. It's been something that's dear to me. However,
I learned to shut the fuck up.
And you know why I learned to shut the fuck up? Because when shit really start getting sticky, you got some Black people that will turn on you, and all you doing is being informative to help the community.
Yeah.
But if your ideology don't match up with other people, and right now we're at the height of what's called cancel culture.
Man.
So if you get canceled, the funny thing is they will publicly cancel you. People will come on your post and I'm unfollowing right now, like it hurt my feelings. You know what I mean? But it's like you just hit a button, you know. That button is a powerful motherfucker. If you hit that motherfucker 20,000 times, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we don't do just disagreement no more. We got to end people's careers. So a person that I felt like I was one of the people that was for my generation of comedian, being a public figure, I felt like I was leading the way for outside of people that have, you know, like the Muslim faith, Nation of Islam, FOI and all that. Just being a standard on I risked so much of my career being outspoken for the black community.
Wow.
Black community wasn't there to have my back. And when people started turning against me, whether it was people that had fake accounts, the white fan base or whatever, black people just let me out to dry.
Well, it's something. You know what I mean? I think that as part of it is the programming.
Right.
Okay. So, so we are programmed to react that way.
Kaisha, you still there?
I'm still here. I just want to say something real quick. Like the canceling of cultures, to me, my opinion, I think it's bullshit. Like, get off this new wave and, and be your own self. You don't have to cancel a whole culture because you have a different opinion. It's stupid.
Right. Just disagree and keep it moving. Go ahead, Ed.
No, man. I mean, I agree. I mean, everybody, and look, everybody needs room for growth.
Everybody needs room for growth.
Everybody. So, we must give people that, like doing this whole COVID thing, everybody gets a pass with me.
Right.
Everybody at the whole world. Oh man, they having a bad day. Oh, whatever. You need to go in the grocery store. Please go ahead and get in front of me. I don't got no problem. You know what I mean? I don't want no problem. You ain't gonna stress me out. I'm not gonna stress you out. And so I think if we do a little bit more of that, we can kind of relax and get through this thing.
Right.
Because right now everybody's tense.
Right.
You know what I mean? Everybody, I'm buying ammunition every week.
Right.
And Lysol, and you know what I mean?
Ammunition, toilet paper, Lysol. It's
everybody has to be 10 toes down. Everybody has to be 10 toes down at this point in time because things are getting reckless. Everybody's getting evicted over this COVID virus stuff, and then we have to deal with the comedians being canceled, our culture being canceled, Donald Trump being an asshole. It goes on and on and on.
Oh no,
nigga, no. Listen,
come on, young.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna tell you, I tell it like it is. I don't got no time to be showing off for nobody. I'm not Hollywood. I ain't
even
in
a motherfucking drought. You hear me? Okay, so that's why the comedy club came about. Like all of that, even in a drought. Where the money at?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's some money out there. We gotta go get it, and let's go get it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's why I put out the album. I was like, oh yeah, fuck, I'm not gonna sit up here and
because they need content. They're thirsty for content right now.
They.
So if you're a comedian and you tuned into this show right now, it's the time for you to be pumping, like content, creating content, videos, and get out of that mindset, which we're about to go into next.
Okay.
Get out of that mindset of I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm not doing. Now,
I can't wait to have that debate. Come on, let's get that pop.
Hey, can I ask him a question real quick?
Yes, please.
Where can I purchase anything that he's selling right now? Where can I provide?
I appreciate that. I have a website. It's called theeddiebryantshow.com.
Wait a minute, hold on. I'll be lying right now if I said I got the whole thing. Hold on 1 second. Let me write that down. Hold on.
Her pocketbook, her pen, and her piece of paper.
I'm with it.
She gonna write her.
I got it right here.
Got it?
Yeah. What's up?
theeddiebryantshow.com. EDDIEBRYANT.
Bryant.com.
And this is what I did with my album. A lot of artists don't make money on the streaming platforms, right? So I went direct to consumer. So you can get the whole album you can only get on my website.
Okay.
And if you buy the socks, you get the album included with the socks. So I got my own sock. I'm gonna show you on the screen. See my socks right
You might
there?
want to take them out the pack for the
Oh,
glare.
yeah. Oh, for the glare. Oh, yeah, I forgot.
You bought those for me? That's a gift for Christmas?
Huh? You got a gift for me?
These wine.
The wine? Oh, no. I got some weed. You need some weed or something?
I do. I am converting over to weed.
Y'all crazy.
Where you been?
Smoking crack.
Oh, damn. See these right
Y'all
here?
crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, them yours.
I like these.
Them yours,
I like
man.
these, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
Thanks,
you in
man.
there?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell motherfuckers that's me.
So look, of course you're gonna do that. So this
Nah,
album,
I ain't gonna do you like that.
this artist named Katrina Johnson. Katrina X is her name. And she did my album cover. Now this album cover happened 2000, I want to say 2005.
Okay.
This is before I even went on tour or anything. And she saw that. And that's what the artwork is. And I put them on the site. So they on my website. I appreciate it. The album
that's
only
sweet,
$10,
man.
you know what I mean? So,
Kaisha, thank you so much for calling in. I'm sure Eddie appreciates you.
I really
and you're gonna
do.
appreciate his work too.
I
Funny
really
dude.
do. I appreciate it, sis. Let me know what you think.
He is.
All right, y'all.
Okay.
All right, Kaisha. So,
All right.
all right, now you have a good one. Thanks for tuning in.
You
It's
too.
time to cook.
All right.
So appreciate you, boo.
We might have to take them back. Let me give it to you at the end of the show. I'm gonna keep flashing.
Okay,
them so I
yeah,
can
keep
say them
that,
on
keep
top.
showing. So another thing, you coming in the comedy, we both, believe it or not, came in the comedy when the internet wasn't a part of what would affect your career as far as getting you to the next level. Okay. I know when I started because it's so soon. I started stand-up back in 2010.
Okay, so I'm before that.
Right.
Way
You
before that.
way before that.
Way before that.
So you early 2000s, right?
Yep.
So with you being, because the good thing is I'm early enough to understand the wave of the grind.
Mm-hmm.
And for the people at home that's looking in, the wave of the grind, that means stand-up comedians actually having to be stand-up comedians. It ain't no branching off and doing other things to sneak off because you too scared to get on stage and perform. Okay.
Yeah, no, that was a rite of passage.
You had to travel. You had to go to comedy rooms. It ain't no standing in there as a comedian and they need a comedian because it ain't enough comedians and you like, nah, I'm good tonight. Your ass is getting on stage and you performing 3 to 5 minutes of material, whether you prepared or not. That was just the way it was.
Yeah.
You know, and until you solidified yourself, you had to keep working. It wasn't I've been doing comedy for a year. I should be getting paid $100. It wasn't none of that.
No.
You wasn't good in a year in the comedy. I don't care if you think you're good or not, because I was one of those that thought it was time to get paid early on, and I didn't even have my awakening to realize I don't have enough material to be getting paid for my work yet.
I didn't accept when I got disciplined in doing stand-up. I did not accept money, even though it was offered. I did not accept money.
Right.
I was like, nah, you can't book me for show. I'm gonna show up though.
Right.
And I would go and show up until I perfected, what I was
your
working
craft.
on.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so I didn't, because the money part of it did not help for your artistic
ability.
Because now you like, I'm not gonna do my gift unless I get paid. That's crazy.
Right.
I would do that regardless.
Right.
Whether I'm getting paid or not, regardless. Right. You know what I'm saying? So we always, man, we would get on and it'd be some tough nights. Like we came up with Tacoma Station on Mondays. And the boo rule is definitely in effect. It's nothing, y'all be nice. And
it wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of what they call that. This wasn't JV.
No. Yeah.
This wasn't junior varsity. Yeah. Hey, if y'all are tuning in right now and y'all want to see the live streaming, all you have to do is go to Hilarious Omar, my Facebook fan page, to see the live streaming, or you can go on YouTube and type in Be Exposed Radio if you want to see the live show. All right, and that's to answer Jordan's question on the chat. But yeah, back to the grind. You know, you had to put in the work, and what ends up happening is you don't know a lot of, and I'm gonna speak for my era. Okay, a lot of my era. I started stand up in 2010. We missed a lot of jewels because the people that might have been in position to help us out, they're off, like Eddie, you're one of them, off creating for yourself, you are still making your living, you're not at every single show. What I'm trying to say is there's not a lot of people left that are around on a consistent basis for the people that started in my generation for us to establish a real relationship, if that makes sense.
No, well, I think that's
I ain't speaking on myself.
I'm not talking about yourself, but I think that's just a matter of perception. You know what I mean? Every class has its thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
So the class before me, I got some relationships with them.
Right.
And the class before that, and the class before that, I have some relationships, and I have relationships with classes that came after me. It's just about the business of it. Like, I spent a great deal of time running a comedy club rather than being a full-time comedian.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
did you lose any respect doing that, making that move?
Did I lose any respect?
Because some people will put you in a box as, oh, he's just a comedy promoter.
I'm not. Yeah, some people gonna do that, and that's fine with them. You know what I mean? The people that really value what I was doing and what I did it for, that's all. Was pointless. So one thing they can't say is, I came to Eddie joint and I didn't get my money. That's one thing they can't say. Not nobody. In 5 years, 5 shows a week. You know what I mean? 6 shows a week for 5 years. And can't nobody say, I'm talking, you know what I mean? And doing stuff to make it good for everybody involved. Not talking about just the comedians. I got to make sure, the way the money coming in, the bartenders can't get minimum wage. They need to get at least $10 an hour plus, you know what I mean? So make it good for everybody.
It wasn't no fugazi shit going on.
No, not with me. You know what I mean? I will hold the clubs accountable. You know what I mean? And the club's owner taught me how to do it. You know what I mean? He gonna have a whole bunch of adversity, but if I could solve the problem, we can get it done. But the art of the deal with your partners.
Right.
You know what I mean? So Doc Hayes, Doc was vicious. You know what I mean? Intricate in telling me.
You said Doc Hayes?
Doc Hayes, you know Doc.
Doc Hayes, yes, sir.
So Doc was intricate in teaching me the business of clubs. And, I had to learn how to implement marketing strategies and booking and budgets and income and losses and stealing. And I had vicious. There's a lot going on. So, when we talking about the business of it and what we was doing, I did that for 5 years and say, okay, cool, I'm done with that. Let me go be just a comedian like everybody else. But I should be able to do that, right?
Now, were you eating good off of putting on 6 shows a week?
Yeah, I was living.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It was making a living. I was paying a livable wage. You know what I mean? So it was making money.
What we talking? 50,000 a year, 60,000 a year? What we thinking?
No, we can do better than that.
All right. That's all I need to hear. So you had your shit Trump tight.
Well, not at first.
Do you feel like
at first it was 20,000 a year?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was nobody in the basement.
Right.
It wasn't I'm not from Oxon Hill. I didn't grow up around Oxon Hill. I didn't grow up in Temple Hill. I did not grow up on that Fort Washington. None of that. Nobody knew me.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so
then you came out of the woodwork just.
Well, I mean, I was hungry, you know what I mean? And Chris Thomas put me in position, you know what I mean? And as far as business was concerned, I understood I have a high business acumen. So I understand $1 plus $1 make 2, how much this can cost or how much we can only spend on this. I understand that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when I walk into a business situation, I'm counting the money.
Right.
And so being that way, that's when the club, I was like, okay, he gets it. So if we're gonna make money, we're gonna make money. But if we're gonna lose money, we're gonna lose money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that gave me the incentive to make money.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So it was an opportunity to build myself. I hadn't been on TV. I'm not a touring comedian at the time. You know what I mean? So there's an opportunity to prove myself. Right. And if I can make it good for everybody, which I tried, and I learned that you can't please everybody.
You can't please everybody.
But
that's
impossible. Tried. And so when I did it that way, we can, we good.
So now where are you at as far as, are you still promoting any shows?
No, outside closed. Oh, it's COVID.
Minus COVID.
Man.
Do you,
I produced Bethesda Blues and Jazz with Joe Clay. I produced that for 5 years.
you actually work with Joe Clay on this radio show.
Yeah,
You're a writer on the show.
Yeah. Oh, well, not currently, but
okay.
I moved on from that too. But Joe gave me a lot of we did a lot of work. It was like a lot of different projects, and it was like just get in when you fit in, let's make some bread. And both of us had that same attitude. And it really wasn't about the money per se, but we always tend to make money when we work together.
Right.
So when we did Bethesda, we made money. Cool. Radio show, boom, we made money. And it was fair around the board. You know what I mean? So nobody's it's just the art of doing the right deal. And doing stuff like that keep me from let me go get this $100 show, and try to piece that with. Let me go get 30 of them a month, and be all over the place. And it cost me $2,000. It cost me $2,000 to make $1,000 a month, and she see me all over the place, and I can't really, that life, man, it's a lot.
Now, how do you feel about your era and the era that came before you versus the era of comedy now? Do you believe it was easier then or harder now? Or easier now?
Every era has its challenges.
Okay.
I know I can speak for me. I can't speak for everyone. We came up in an era where urban Black men in particular were not necessarily accepted on the other side. We couldn't get on their court.
Right.
You know what I mean? We look like shit on the shoe when we step on the, on the court. So we took a lot of bullets.
Which is continuing, in my opinion.
Well, not necessarily, because now you have your phone. So your audience, you can go get your audience. You don't have to necessarily go to this club and be passed at this club per se in order to get the access. So you have the opportunity, or we have the opportunity to get our followers online and do our own thing. But back then, you want to get in the motherfucking improv, or you gotta go through that little showcase, and then you gotta go to these other little.
You gotta go to improv school, and shit like that.
You know what I mean? And so it was a different time, but on the Black side, we was making money every night.
Right.
Every night we making money. Everybody, and I'm not talking no $100 rooms. So I'm like, oh, come grab this 300. Oh, come grab this 5. Come grab this 8. Come grab this 12. Money, real. I can pay a bill.
Right, bills.
Yeah,
right? That's on the end.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I get, you know what I mean. Be like,
and that's the thing. Like the reason why I'm saying it's still that same way is because now Black comedians have to pander to white audiences. And
do you?
Without you having a massive following, you have to pander to white audiences in certain cases. I see it all the time. I know you might disagree.
Well, I
see a lot of comedians that's off stage, they a nigga. But on stage, hey guys, so the funny thing about me not getting accepted in the MIT is that no. I see it.
Well,
and they're doing, and I'm talking about networks. I'm talking about beyond comedy clubs. I'm talking about network television.
Yeah, but I mean, if you got, everybody speak jobs.
They're skipping Black people, and they're going with Africans. It's a whole bunch of Africans that are now, and I'm not knocking Africans for anything that they have done.
Good.
I'm more so,
I'm African.
I'm more so showcasing the fact that Africans in comedy are a big thing now.
Yes.
It's not Black people, it's like they choose 1, 2, or 3 of us to be in that, like, float above that national range. Touring wise, yes, it's a lot of us that tour.
We're looking to be valued in their systems. You know what I'm saying?
How do we, which takes me to a more important question. How do we disconnect from a system that the masses respect?
Do you?
Do you?
Do you? I'm doing me. I'm not doing nobody but me.
Right.
Right.
I'm asking this. I'm asking this not to direct it at you.
No, I can only speak for me.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I can't speak for everybody else, but I know doing me, right? God has provided. I ain't missed a beat.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So by doing what God tells me to do. So God say, okay, I gave you this gift. Go share this gift. I'm gonna make room for you.
Right.
Right. So boom. I ain't over here like, oh, you got $1. Let me get $200 till such. I'm not living like that. You know what I mean? Now I'm not saying I'm rich. I mean, I'm rich in other ways, but I'm not saying, get elaborate houses and all of that. I'm not
Lamborghini truck.
Yeah, and I ain't doing all that, but I'm just saying it provides. So as long as you're doing you, it's gonna take care of you, what you put in it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Now, I gotta, cause I didn't get. See, you looking at this shit as an interview that the whole world is about to see, and I need you to get out of that.
I'm
asking you my real question. I gotta fire your ass up. I got to break you out of this mode.
That's where I'm at.
You got semen on you right now.
That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at.
Iron Man right now, and I need you to take your fucking shields off.
That's where I'm at.
No.
I promise.
No, it's a difference between them, the white people that you do not have relationships with. You could be the funniest motherfucker. If you don't have no relationship and people do not stamp you that they respect and value, you're not getting in those clubs.
Not until,
is that right or wrong?
That's to a degree. I'm gonna tell you how.
Okay.
Your attitude can get you in. If you want to get in that club, it's a way that you can get in that club. If that's what you feel like you need to be doing. Right. If it's something that you feel like you need to be doing, it's a way to get in that job. Even if you got to go around, even if you got to redirect. I see what you're saying. Okay, I give you a prime example.
I see what you're saying.
I give you a prime example. Running that comedy club, the improv was not fucking with me.
Right.
I could not get out of. I did Martin Lawrence First Amendment. I did that was on Stars Network. I did the 3rd season of that. I did BET's Coming to the Stage with Kevin Hart. I did the Aspire joint with Bob Sumner, right? And I did those 3 in the improv, the comedy, Baltimore Comedy Factory, but not getting booked, right? I got my own club though.
Right. That's you going ham in.
Then I'm going ham in. Okay, fine. Fast forward. In time, stuff changed at the improv, and the improv said, hey, come do this showcase. I don't got no money for you, but come do this show. So I'll be down there. What time you want me there? All right, cool. Going to jump. Oh man, you did great, man. People love it. On my website, email. Here go 4 dates. I got you in October, and then I'll shoot you some more dates. Let me know if you're up. Cool. Send me your avails. Cool. Oh, I'll call somebody such. Because my attitude was not like fuck the improv.
Right. You just kept pushing.
Kept doing.
All right, you're not showing me no attention. I'm gonna continue to do what I've been doing
until they come around, and then they be like, all right, cool, or whatever. So whatever's for you, you know what I mean. You can get it. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
That's all I'm saying. Now, I mean, I know they don't be fucking with us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got nigga night and all that.
And my thing is like I'm in a certain position now because of what I've done myself, taking the focus away from giving my heart to a certain club because I'm dying to get in there. Just building up my own shit outside of the club. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna keep doing what my gift is.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna let a dollar amount or the fact that somebody said no stop me from doing what I'm doing.
Absolutely.
So on the other side of that, you got the era where it was all stand-up comedy, and if you wanted to get into acting and things of that nature that was beyond stand-up, you had to literally make that separate or be big enough in stand-up to get those opportunities.
Yeah.
Now you got a system like Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and different other platforms where people can never have any of that craft down pat, get opportunities as if they have been doing that for years, which is stand-up, and they haven't. And get movie opportunities. How does that make you feel knowing that you had to grind to do what you got to do? Did you ever feel like it was infringing on your territory and what you had going
on? When I was immature about it, sure. I would look at it like that. When I was immature about it, and I had to change my attitude. That's the only thing I could change. Right. And so the way of the world, everybody's on their phone. That's what they want to do, and that's what they want to do. Now, I have no problem with that. I liken it like this. We're all artists, right? People do social media and stand up or whatever. Everybody, it's an art to that social media stuff. It's an art to it, right? And That's like asking a jazz saxophonist, hey, trap music is big right now, so I need you to put out a trap album. And they like, no, I play jazz saxophone. Right? If call me when you want a jazz saxophone. And the jazz saxophonist is like, I'm just gonna go play for people who like jazz saxophone, and I'm cool with that. You know what I mean? So I don't look their blessings. I'm glad that they're getting money. I'm glad they're getting all this exposure. I'm glad they got all these followers and they're able to influence in a certain way. I'm glad that they're able to move the culture for some are moving the culture forward. Some are pushing this a little bit, you know what I mean? It's not to my liking, but who am I? Somebody like it. Right. You know what I mean? So I think that we just have to have a better understanding about like we used to back in the day, basketball players, you'd be like, oh, I like Magic because the way he passed and the way he run the point, and I like Barkley for the way he played defense, and I like such, you like the individual players for what they did special for themselves. Clyde Drexler did this, and Iverson did that, and whatever. We like them. Versus if you ain't this top dog comedian or whatever, then you ain't nothing. You ain't successful. So kind of you just need to change the attitude and get back to really appreciating the art of it.
Hey y'all, this is it's time to cook something with hilarious Omar, special guest Eddie Bryant. If you guys want to chime in on the conversations that we are having, you're more free to do so. We have the bar that you guys can see at home from your device that you're using to stream right now. Just dial that number if you'd like to call in, and we'd like to hear from you. Eddie,
shoot.
I've watched you. I've worked with you, and in Virginia.
Oh man, yeah, we had a ball that job.
We was down in what was that?
Newport
News, Virginia.
Newport News. I love y'all down there too. Yeah.
Hey, shout out to Newport News and comedian Derek Brooks.
Yeah,
for booking us.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
He booked me, you, Rob Gordon, and Oral Henry to do that show. When you are on the road with comedians, how often is it that you see comedians biting other comedians' style?
That's the nature of the business.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's part of it is.
Is there somebody else on the line? I heard.
Yeah, evening, gentlemen.
Hey, what's going on? Oh, we got a caller. Hey, excuse me, sir. Monty, don't just be sending people in. If you could signal or put a flare in the air, because people be. He had to literally clear his throat so we knew there was another motherfucker on the line.
They're not telling us. Yeah.
Maybe I need glasses because, sir, thank you for tuning in. It's time to cook something with hilarious Omar. State your name and where you from.
Yeah, this is Greg Bagley, also known as G-Dot the Great.
What's going on, G-Dot? Straight out of DT.
What's going on, pimp?
What's going on? How y'all feeling?
What's up, y'all? I got something to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. How y'all feeling, man? I'm enjoying the conversation, man. Definitely.
We appreciate you, young. Yeah, young. G-Dot, hey, G-Dot funny too, young. I like G-Dot, young.
I like him too.
Yeah,
I like him too.
Hey, man, you've been dropping dimes, man. I'm telling you, gems, bro. Like, I feel you on, like, staying in your lane. Like, right now, I got my own show, and, sometimes it's hard to get on other shows. So right now, I'm just maintaining on what I got going on, and, hopefully opportunities will open up. So I definitely felt you on that one.
It most definitely will, G-Dot, for real. It most definitely will. It cannot not happen.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta stay the course, Skywalker,
Yeah.
Comedy, one thing that comedians don't talk about, and I'm glad I got you on the line, G-Dot. For those of you don't know, G-Dot is a comedian out of DC, and I took a liking to this guy because he was doing stand-up, and he jumped out on the limb and started to try to build his social media personality, and I said, hey, I like it. The problem is that things that are authentic, people are afraid to support it without other people supporting it first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Right.
One thing that I noticed in my own career is the fact that they're not going to support you until you continue to do what you're doing individually. And when I say that, I mean knowing that there's no stopping what you're doing.
Absolutely.
Because after you keep pushing, now they're like, hold on. It got to be a reason why this dude keeps going. That makes people interested, right?
Yeah.
Would you agree?
So, I still got people
I
that I
definitely
know
agree.
for 20 years ago. And they be like, you still doing stand-up? But yeah. You still working in the government? Yeah. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what you like doing, right? Yeah. Like, that's what I like doing. Where you been? Oh, I just got back from, I'm like, I've been here, I've been there, and I had a ball. You know what I mean? I'm all over the bubble. You know what I mean?
And one thing I'm gonna tell you too, G-Dot, with stand-up, once you get to a point where you solidified, bruh, and I don't mean solidified by the only thing that you need to worry about is being funny.
That's it.
That's it. Right now, where you at, when you get on stage, you want people that are in position that you want to be in to be like, that nigga's funny.
Yeah.
Right.
Because from there, when it comes to booking a show, you're gonna be like, damn, so-and-so hit me up for a show. Why? Because comedians that are at the level that you want to be in, we're gonna talk.
Yeah.
Yo, you know who coming up right now that I really like?
Yeah.
So-and-so.
Yeah.
Next thing your name is being mentioned and you don't even know it. Next thing you know, you start getting booked. And when you start getting booked and you're on shows with more credible names, now you start to see, wow, I wasn't doing this shit in vain. Because that's the part that I've had to deal with and go through with was as I'm getting funny, it's like, man, I wonder who is going to know because this room only had 30 people in it. This other room over here only had 50 people in it. My social media, because I need to get funny for real, I don't got time for that shit right now. Because being funny on social media and for the fans, we all support you, But to be funny in this craft, you have to disconnect yourself from social media because it's such a fake world.
Yeah.
It's two different avenues, man. It's definitely is. Like, because I really per se like being on stage because you can feel the energy from the crowd versus, being on the internet, somebody making a comment or whatever. It's like, it's totally different. Like, even if you fuck up on stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could still, take a note from that or feel, I felt when I took the joke too far or I dragged it on, you know what I'm saying? And, when it go good, it go great, you know what I'm saying? So I per se like stand up better, but, I know like now in today's society, you have to do both.
Hey, G-Dot, if I was you, I would ask Eddie a question because it ain't every day you get a OG in the game right here across from me.
G-Dot, you want to tell him how we met? This is
okay. So I met Eddie my second performance. I kind of bombed. I was a bit extreme, and it was at a Joe Claire open mic. And shout out to Elway. He set up a meeting with me, I think Rashad Donnell, Waffle, and a couple other guys. And he dropped some gems in, so we've been actually in touch ever since. So I'm real familiar with Eddie.
Yeah, we ain't chopping up since, but but go ahead and ask whatever question, young, because
okay, the question
that's all I just came to sit with them because anything that I know when it comes to comedy,
you ain't putting it in the diary to lock it up and throw it in the fucking closet.
No, because you gotta pass. You have to pass it so that the tradition can continue. It's not. It didn't start.
Some people could get all the information they want. They ain't gonna be shit. And then some people, you tell that piece of information, that was the one thing that they needed to hear to keep them going forward.
But the thing is, if you know something, it's your job to pass it on because you know it.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can't worry about how they react to it because you know it. You got to pass it on so it can go to the next generation.
Right.
So that's how.
Now here's my thing and I'm only gonna say this just so you can ask Eddie your question.
Okay.
One thing that because I've now lived in comedy long enough to see the next generation after me start coming up and ask me certain shit. There's a certain arrogance that I don't completely fault the generation after me for. I really fault their fucked up parents for making them built bitch made. It's a lot of bitch made. Because even though I'm 32, I'm from an older cloth. My older brothers are in their 40s. So I came up a certain way.
Right.
But it's a lot of these younger generation
single mothers
that think thank you, Ed, that think that this is gain, no pain.
Oh yeah. They because they ain't get whoopings.
Yo, they think the shit's supposed to be handed to them.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't get whoopings.
Gain, no pain.
They just got tennis shoes and you know.
They carry a level of arrogance with them, and it makes me. I'm the type of person just because of who I am. I know if I'm a take a moment to be with you and converse with you, I'm gonna make sure that moment is of value.
Right.
So if I give you that moment of value and you shit on me, you're done.
Absolutely.
Right.
You know what I mean? You're done. I will never have another conversation that I'm gonna take serious with you from that point on.
Yeah, I mean, you know, again,
unless it's about making money.
I mean, I mean, all money,
I ain't gonna fuck my bread up, but
all money ain't good money.
Right.
It's certain families that I don't care. They can't sit at my table again.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, and I've turned down shows to be like, who want to show? Oh no, I can't do the job. I'll do the next one though. You know what I mean? But
totally understand.
You know what I mean? It's just all about a vibe. But I mean, you know, the youngest have, and again, they need room to grow. They want to learn something too. We all young, arrogant in our youth.
Right.
You know, it's that youthful arrogance. You know everything. You've grown for the first time. You're out here in the world. You're finding yourself. And so, you know, the older generation, boom, they come out in the street. We might need do a little more understanding.
But see, this is the thing. And G, I know we still got you on the line. You ain't even get to ask your question.
No, hey, bro, I've been it all in, bro.
I was never, when I was young coming up, I never, even if it was somebody that was 4 years in the game above me.
Yeah.
When OGs talked and I was able to be close enough to listen to what they had going on, I never felt like, oh, what they talking about is some bullshit, or be like, man, you actually give me direct advice. And I'm like, man, you don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Yeah.
But it's people out here that's like that.
Yeah.
And that's why they're not here, I guess.
Yeah, I guess that's why they're not here. I mean, you know, and they're going to learn something too. You know what I mean? Because everybody going to hit that wall. You know what I mean? It's a lot of, the culture is different. You know what I mean? So, you know, you just got to take time. But the real ones, you know, they're going to find their way. The true ones going to find their way. You can pick them out. You know what I mean? Tony Woods and them ain't talk to me. They say what's up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But,
shake your hand.
Yeah, do all of that. What's up, shorty? Yeah, keep it moving. For years. Yeah. I'm sitting in the back of Jokes on Us looking at them every weekend because I'm not working.
Right.
But I'm going to a comedy club because I'm like, how the fuck do I get from this seat to on that stage? How do I get there? You know what I mean? And I'm watching them.
How do I take my craft to that level?
Yeah, to where I can play ball with them.
That's part of my question right there, actually.
Go ahead, G. That.
All right, so it's like a two-part question. All right, this is actually for both of you.
Okay.
So at what point in your career that, you know, you realized or you thought that you had a talent enough to make this your career? Like, actually, I'm not working no other job, I'm just doing comedy. And also, how do you keep longevity doing comedy?
You want to go first? Yeah, you can go. It's your show.
So G, that I'm be honest with you. I have been broke the entire 10 years of me doing stand-up.
I need to be your manager.
I'm
about to sign him to slit your wrist rackets, y'all.
Hey, I have had.
We're about to get him on. Let's get it going.
Listen.
Let's get this money.
I'm be honest with you, G. That I have had certain ups where it's like, wow, you know, this was a nice piece of change for the moment. But as far as consistently making money, I've gotten insight from my OGs like, dude, you have what it takes. You need to go to LA. Matter of fact, Eddie was one of several comedians that said, you need to go out LA, shorty.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
So I'm gonna share something. I'm gonna wait till you finish. I'm gonna share something like that I never shared with nobody. For real. But the truth, G, because you know I keep it 100, and that's why I mess with you, because I feel like we come from similar backgrounds to an extent.
Yes, sir.
I've been broke my entire comedic career. Yes, I've had moments where I might get a check for something significant, but overall, what about next month? What about the month or two after that? So what I'm saying is financially, especially because of COVID, that's part of, what I'm coming in. I've come into my season for one at a very peculiar time too. So you're talking to somebody that I didn't get a wave of Eddie's era where 6 rooms a week. You can't even do 6 rooms a week for real.
Man, what?
You know what I mean?
Man.
Like, but
yeah, we can work every day.
But nevertheless, your craft per se is what's going to solidify you taking that step off the porch to say, I'm doing this shit full time. Now, I knew that I was supposed to be in this game as soon as I started.
Okay.
And there's certain things that people might lie about. I knew that I had a certain type of funny that would make me a professional comedian before even thinking about being a comedian. It's just that when I decided to take that journey to be a comedian, it was like, wow, I got to learn all this stuff.
This other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got to learn all this other stuff, but still.
You got the show part, but the business.
Yeah. Even the show part, having your material strong enough to go behind a surprise. Like, you remember when we was at that bar in DC and they put me up before you went up? Oh,
yeah.
G-Dot. Being prepared to do something like that could happen to me right now, even though I'm a vet. That could happen to me right now, where they put Tony Robbins up before I go up, and I still have to appease and earn my keep, if that makes sense. But you can go ahead.
Right.
Oh, well, all right, I'm gonna give y'all two things. So yeah, that's gonna happen. So I'm gonna give you a quick story. I'm in LA Monday night at the Improv. Monday night, D-Ray is hosting, and D-Ray doesn't know me. He ain't seen me. I'm on the flyer. He just don't want to bring me up.
Hold on. So, let's repeat this because I was looking at a message real quick. Hold on. What'd you say?
He do not want to bring me up.
D-Ray. This is at his show in
LA.
In LA.
At the Hollywood Jump Improv. He do not want to bring me up.
Because he don't know about you.
He don't know. The promoter booked me. Oh yeah, I got a book at it. Last time I didn't get him. He sent some people. DC folks don't play. Did you see my cousin, right? My cousin, he walked up on some members in Vegas. Hey, you ain't fucking with my cousin? Same thing happened in LA. Another one of my cousins, hey, hold up, y'all ain't put my. You ain't fucking
That's
my
why
cousin?
I don't even let my brothers come to my shows no more.
Yeah. So what you mean
Let's
you
stay
ain't
backstage?
Yeah, what you mean you ain't? So anyway, so he put me on whatever. D-Ray don't want to bring me up. So he bring up G-Thing. The G-Thing, you know him? G-Thing, now I worked with G-Thing the whole weekend at some other club, Jake Anthony Brown Club.
Okay.
Yeah, I know him, but I don't know him.
They hit you with that?
I was like, oh, G-Thing, come on, y'all. Because, again, I'm not in the loop, right? All right, cool. Now, he said, all right, well, before we bring him up, we're going to bring up special guests. In LA, now I'm in LA. Who they bring up? Scruncho. He a king in LA.
Right.
Okay. Scruncho gets on stage and commits to rearranging the fucking furniture in this club. The pictures is shaking. The tables is rocking. The crowd is going bananas. By the time he finished his set, all he got on is his boxers and his socks. He don't got nothing else on.
This is where he doing his bit about skating and all that crazy shit.
Killing them. And I go up there right after. Then D-Ray get back on stage and tell G-Thing to get back on stage to bring me up because he ain't gonna say my name. Then D-Ray, while G-Thing is on stage, D-Ray comes stand next to me and say, "You ready?" Yeah, I'm ready. Yeah, I'm ready. I go on stage and I walk that whole audience all the way to get on my page. I still did me.
Yeah.
But I done learned how to do me because I don't know if y'all know, DC, this DMV area, We animals.
Right. We really are.
We
though.
animals.
From intelligence
Yeah.
to observation,
Yeah.
being able to know, all right, they moving funny over there.
Yeah.
All right, where the exit at?
Yeah.
All that.
All that, right? So, boom.
Yeah.
So I was able to do me. When the show was over, 80% of the audience came and shook my hand. 80%. You know what I'm saying? And they was like, you know, good show, man. And the comedians came up, man. Everybody seen what you did because they saw the whole exchange.
Right.
And I could have been like, and been in my feelings on that. I didn't give them none of that.
You straight up went up there
Just straight
like
up
a
being,
soldier.
Yeah, it did me, right? And then me and Risa Renee went to another club and party for the rest. Me, Risa Renee, her whole crew, my whole crew, we party. And so that's one thing. But when in becoming full-time, you have to understand how to make money. You know what I mean? And how to not only make money for yourself, but for everything involved in order for it to be profitable. You know what I mean? Not just get by, not just break even, not just, you know, I got a couple of little sponsors over here, just piecemeal it together. That ain't gonna pay no bills. That ain't gonna pay no mortgage. That ain't gonna pay no rent. Ain't gonna do none of that. The business of it. The improv got a business.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I took a lot of bullets for handling raggedy ass Club Elite, which I absolutely fucking love that club, but it wasn't pretty like the improv.
Right.
So we didn't hold it in that regard.
Right.
Right? We didn't come in there.
It was basically the dungeon.
Yeah.
I heard about Club Elite before I even started doing comedy.
But see, the beauty about the joint was this.
To make you the rawest motherfucking comedian.
We was bringing the rawest motherfucking comedians. That nobody, like, I had bammers from all over the country.
Because that's when Comic View was still pumping.
Yeah, like, they were playing reruns at that point.
It was close enough to society for them to be able to recognize somebody that was just on TV last night.
I wasn't booking them.
You weren't?
Nah, them not the ones I was booking. I booked my counterparts from all over the country.
Okay.
I didn't book for the most part. I booked my class.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
I got you.
And a few vets that would fuck with me.
Yeah.
Now, when I say vets that would fuck with me, Joe Clay and them niggas was torn doing McDonald's commercials and all of that shit. Jay Phillips and all of them, they still was fucking with me in the basement. When I say, hey, look, I got this much money this weekend. You want it? Yeah, I'm coming to get that money. And they would come and get that money. And they wouldn't trip off of, oh, he ain't paying me this much. Or they knew exactly what it was. And they got their money every time.
Right.
Like, them vets was fucking with.
Right.
But by and large, Clayton Thomas, Keisha Hunt, and BT Kingsley drove from LA. Their car blew up in Arizona. They got on a mega bus, and I picked them up downtown DC, took them to the hotel, switched them all up, took them to the club. They worked the whole weekend.
You said Clayton Thomas and who else?
Nate Jackson and BT Kingsley. Absolutely.
I need you.
Absolutely.
We'll talk about that off of it.
Absolutely. Them is Nate Jackson father slept on my couch when Obama got inaugurated. That's my family. You know what I'm saying? They wasn't famous.
Yeah.
They wasn't on.
But they was working. They was working. They was building their shit up.
Yeah, just like all of us. But they was my contemporaries. But we built a business where it paid for everything. You know what I mean? And I had the opportunity with a club owner that would give me the room to operate and the access to operate. You know, we had challenges, but by and large, that's what it was. You know, he was like, okay, yeah, you want to do this comedy stuff, but I'm gonna teach you. You have to learn in order to work with me. You have to learn this,
right?
And you're not gonna leave me not knowing this,
right?
You know what I mean? So, you know, G, just keep at it. You know, start, grow your audience like you're doing. You on the right path. You staying consistent. It's gonna turn into money once you figure out what you want to do.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Once you figure it out.
Was that some good?
Man, I appreciate that.
Was that some good info for your temple, man?
Yes, sir, man. I mean, the only other question I got, you know, it's not really a question, it's a statement. It's like, you know, society nowadays are more sensitive, and my style of comedy kind of come off, you know, I don't want to say rough, but it's like, you know, I'm not going to switch up what I do because y'all motherfuckers sensitive. You know, you came to a comedy show to laugh, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the only other like kind of statement I have, like, you know, why society is so more sensitive now than, you know, say when you first started, Eddie.
Well, I don't think I'm gonna help you out, G-Dad, because I don't really think that's your question as far as why is society more sensitive. We kind of know why that is.
Yeah. What
do you do in the essence of society being sensitive? How do you still go out there and do you?
You're gonna have to pick.
Is that your question, G-Dot? More so?
Yeah, basically. I mean, what I basically start doing is learning the crowd and learning how to word the joke differently, and that come off as blunt. I mean, that's why, you know, I think I'm. What?
That's good. That's good. Okay, so I give you this. Fat Doctor, rest in peace. It'll be a year. He passed away this week.
Damn.
Yeah. Talk to him. Yeah, it'll be a year. He passed away. Fat Doctor taught me, along with countless other comedians, write everything clean. Now we write jokes. We don't just go up there and ponte. We was raised to write jokes.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You got to spend your time developing your shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Writing. You know, setup, premise, punchline, timing, joke placement, all that stage, all that other stuff, all the little intangibles. It's not free form. It's not street ball.
Right.
And so
you know we running plays around this.
Yeah. So too many. I might go 20 minutes and use the word fuck once. You know what I mean? In 20 minutes.
Okay.
But I'm still getting my point across. But I was raised how to express it. You know what I mean? Because your job as a comedian is to sell chicken wings and drinks.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So you can't come in the junk fucking up the party.
Right.
You know that junk talking about, oh, you have a shit on the toilet and a slide off, and the nigga sitting up there looking at his crab dip. Oh, I don't even want this shit no more.
Right.
So I can't book him.
Right.
You know what I mean? I did Joe Clare's show. I produced that show 5 years. I booked now the people that I booked on that show, they got to be solid. Right now, I booked a vet. This vet been in the game 15, 20 years longer than me. He used the word bitch 10 times in 3 minutes. I pulled him off stage in 3 minutes.
Are you serious?
Absolutely. And I finished his time. Because
he was just ODing.
That was, you know, he just went.
He was ODing with it.
He just went there, you know, and he's talking about, you know, fuck my ex-wife, blah, blah, blah. And the bitch.
It was more so
clearly he was out of
yeah. So
whether it was drugs or alcohol,
I don't care about none of that because I'm paying you cash money. So get off my stage because I got 800 people. 90% are women.
Right. You talking about bitch?
And you talking about the bitch this and bitch. Get your ass off the motherfucking stage. And guess what happened next month?
What?
20% of sales dropped.
Because he wanted to do what he was doing.
Yeah. So we have a responsibility. So I would not book. If you doing a certain way and you doing you, I can't book you for this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's white tablecloths over here.
Right. With the napkins wrapped up inside the
we sell it
the cloth.
Yeah, we got $40 crab cakes over here.
Man, I used to work at that joint. I know exactly how it is.
You know what I'm saying, G-Dot? So you know what I mean? So you have to pick your poison as an artist. Now
we got 2 minutes.
Okay, Corey Holcomb, you know what I mean? Very crass, very funny, big following, you know what I mean? And he stick to his guns. So there's a pathway to do it.
Right.
You just have to study your path.
Right. And if you choose to be a Corey Holcomb type of comedian, like your work is cut out for you even more because you stay on that. You continuously teeter, if that makes sense, on that line.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But I hope that answers your questions, man.
Yeah.
We appreciate you calling in, G-Dot, and thank you to everybody that has tuned in.
Yeah.
Thus
Thank
far.
y'all, man. Appreciate y'all.
Bro, I'm having a great time with this, Joe. I appreciate you, Joe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Most
and I
people that come
appreciate
on this show.
y'all having them cornrows too, man. Y'all,
Hey,
y'all
that's
looking
impressive,
like
ain't it?
one of y'all look like Young Mom.
Most people got the George Jefferson in his age.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no sewing or none of that, man. That's real life right there. Little weed, shea butter. I'm winning.
Hey, so before we get out of here, hey, G-Dot, thanks for calling in, man. We're going to lock in with you at a later time, man. But I appreciate you, man. Don't let this be the last time. Spread the love, too.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate that, man. Much love.
Absolutely. Before we get out of here, Eddie, the album.
Okay.
Name of the album and where people can find it to support you, man.
The name of the album is Eddie Bryant Live from DC. It's my first comedy album ever. I do not put out content. I have shied away from it.
Okay.
I didn't necessarily understand how to express my voice in that space.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm more private, more reserved. I'm not always on joke time per se.
Right.
You know, I read books and shit, so it can be all over the place.
Right.
But you can go to theeddiebryantshow.com. You can go to my Instagram, Eddie Comedian, and the link is at the top. You can go to my website. I appreciate all the support I've gotten for the joint because, one, I own it. I did not have to give up half my publishing to get the joint out there.
Which is a big thing.
What
was the name of it again? One more time?
Eddie Bryant Live in DC. You can listen to 4 of the tracks on all streaming platforms: Tidal, iTunes, Spotify, Pandora, Google Music, all Amazon. It's on all of those. I got 4 tracks on there, only 4, right? Only put 4 out there just to get it out there. You can, fuck with that, or you want to get the whole junk, go to my website, grab the junk. If you get the socks from my website, you get the album included with the socks, and it's really supporting an independent artist. I ain't asking much, but I appreciate every dollar count.
Hey, listen, it's the holiday season, and it's more than imperative to need to laugh at this moment in time. So y'all make sure y'all support the kid, Eddie Bryant, man. Thank y'all for tuning in. It's time to cook something with hilarious Omar. I'll see y'all next Tuesday at 5 p.m. sharp.
For sure.
It's time to cook something.
Sorry.